Hey guys, Nikki here, Ready for Jesus. Alright, let's do a mid-month wrap-up. I am filming this on October 19th. Let's dive in and see what I read and let's talk about it. Okay, so in my Bible reading, I read the book of Hebrews, then James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, Jude. So it was a really good reading time. For Hebrews, I really enjoyed chapter 12, verse 3. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinful men, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. And I remember I was kind of like feeling sad or kind of struggling with something when I read that, and so it really like spoke to me like, okay, like stop worrying about yourself and think about what he went through. Get out there and, focus on others. So I love that about the word, how we read something, especially when we like really need it, like just the way he speaks to us. So look at this. Look how pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm loving my highlighters, especially the ones that have the two colors. I love how affectionate that they were back then and that how they are like in The Chosen. It's really nice seeing them tell each other they love each other and, hug and, give each other a kiss on the cheek. Like, it's just really, really sweet. And that's how it was supposed to be. My aunt, she bought my dad a shirt for his birthday, and it said, God wants full custody of his children, not just weekend visits. Next, I read this Chosen graphic novel. I love the cover so much, the way the fish reflect. It was good, not as good as I thought it was going to be, but I did enjoy it. It was a really nice way to spend the Sabbath, and so this is season 1, and it is all 8 episodes, and they did cut out, some stuff, because that's pretty short, so they don't give you, like, every single scene, but a lot of the scenes that they do have in here are, like, word for word from the show, and, just showing the life of Jesus and showing him call his first disciples. It's more dramatic in here. Like there's one part in episode 8 of season 1 where they get water in their well. So you can just see a little puddle starting to form. And here it's like a big geyser, comes out. So like it was a lot more dramatic because it's like a graphic novel. So I enjoyed it. Probably give it 3.5 stars. It was a fun time. And then I did a solo review for this book. This is like one of my new favorite books now of all time. I love the author, love the book, and I just like devoured this. So this is about Cole Matthews. He is like a very troubled kid, and he beat up one of his classmates so bad that it caused brain damage. And so his punishment is he's going to jail, or for 1 year he has to be banished to an island in Alaska. And so he chooses the island. And it's a real way for him to heal and figure out how can he change and how can he help others, how can he heal others, how can he heal himself. And it has a very like spiritual kind of Native American feel to it. But I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the messages. I thought it was very well done, very, very well written. And I really think that they should do this, like banish people to an island and have them survive. And I feel like that really makes you realize how small you are when you're all alone and seeing the weather and how merciless it can be. It had some really good spiritual themes in here. I loved the characters. I loved the message. The writing style was very good. Like I just ate this up. Yeah, it just was incredible. So highly, highly recommend. Love it. And then I read the sequel, Ghost of Spirit Bear, and this is Cole Matthews being done with his banishment and coming back to school, seeing how hard it is to be around kids who are like angry like him or like how he used to be. It was a little hard to read because the kids were like terrible. Like it was like a horrible school that he was in and terrible neighborhood. But it was so well done. It was so realistic. Again, I loved the messages. I loved the characters. I loved seeing Cole have friendships with people that he bullied, like in the past. Like now he's really good friends with some of these kids, and seeing him love his enemies and trying to be a good influence and trying to do what's right, and like just, yeah, like having to just like reconcile with everything and come back and deal with the consequences. And like, wow, I gave this one 4.5 stars. Really enjoyed it. Highly recommend. Okay. I have much to say about this book. I have so many feelings. Okay. Are y'all ready? This is Stranded by Nikki, Shannon, Smith, and I picked it up because of the title. This was on my August TBR, I think. This is about Ava, and she loves nature. She loves being outside, loves animals, loves it. She's a lot like her aunt, her mom's sister. And so her aunt has a cabin in like the mountains. And she's like, can I please spend the summer with my Auntie Raven and be out there in her cabin? And they're like, her parents agree to it. And she goes, and then she's having a good time, but then there's some miscommunication, signals get crossed, and she's left there by herself in the cabin, and winter is coming. So she's got to survive. And she's really young. That was one thing that kind of kept throwing me off, was she's 11 years old. She looks much older than 11 on this cover, but right off the bat, it's very middle grade. There are a lot of middle grades that are really meant for adults as well, like The Ghost of Spirit Bear and Touching Spirit Bear, Hatchet. Like those are very, adults will love them too. This one felt more middle grade. So it wasn't as well written as the other stuff, but it was fine. It was a quick read. I read it in one day. I did enjoy the story, and I did enjoy seeing what was going to happen. But I had a problem with how young she was. There were moments when she acted her age, and then moments when she acted like she was 16. Like, I just wasn't sure where she was mentally or emotionally. It just kind of, I couldn't really get on board with how she was acting or how old she was. I was a little bit confused. I didn't really like her. I didn't really like the main character. I didn't really like any of the characters. And then this little puppy was so cute. Of course, she was my favorite, but she didn't show up until like the last 3 chapters of the entire book. So that was kind of frustrating, a little bit of false advertising, I think. Oh, the ending was so abrupt. You never even saw the aunt again, and that drove me crazy. She definitely needed an epilogue to like wrap everything up, and she tries to do that at the end and like make everything a happy, pretty bow, and I'm like, there was too many family issues in this book that you could not solve like that. Like, I don't buy it. So, but the biggest issue that I had with this book were the racial comments. They had the dad. It was such a random comment that was just like thrown in there. They have her dad like get mad, and he says that Hollywood never wants to have black people be the main characters or be the heroes in movies. And I'm like, this was written in 2024. Have you seen The Mountain Between Us? Black Panther, The Little Mermaid, Captain America, Brave New World, Woodlawn. I could keep going. Like, there are several movies that have a black main character. Like, I don't know why he said that. Yeah, I almost DNF'd it at that point, but it was extremely frustrating. Like, I just couldn't understand why she was so pushing hard on that, because I'm like, that's not true. Yeah, that was really frustrating. So I gave it 3 stars, a generous 3 stars. All right, and then my 1 DNF for this month so far. This is A Mutiny in Time by James Dashner. This was very, very middle grade, where it wasn't the best written. I mean, it was fine. It just felt like it was for younger readers. I read like 1 or 2 chapters and I was bored out of my mind. These kids are supposed to be going back in time to save Christopher Columbus because there's going to be a mutiny on board. And it looked like it took forever for them to actually get on the boat and see Christopher Columbus. And they kept talking about the SQ and how they were a bad organization. But I just wasn't sure what the SQ was. They weren't explaining what it was. They just kept referring to it. So I was kind of confused and really bored, and yeah, I just didn't care. And it looks like it's part of a series and it ends kind of on a cliffhanger, and yeah, I just wasn't here for it. I didn't care. So yeah, got this off my TBR. I think this was within last month's TBR or 2 months ago. But yeah, DNF. So we'll be donating that one as well to Second and Charles. All right, and then this was on one of my TBRs as well. It's the entire movie, and I loved it. It's such a fun palette cleanser. I really feel like I want to read these junior novelizations when I am tired, and instead of just playing on my phone, I want to try to read, but not something that's really complicated. So I really enjoyed this. I give it 4 stars. It was really fun. I'm not going to be keeping it. It was a really good one-timer. I think I'm done with buying the junior novelizations, but really enjoy reading them. But I think I'd like a one-timer. So this movie's fantastic. I highly, highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. So this movie is about these two, this superhero, Metro Man, and Megamind, the bad guy, and they're always dueling. Well, finally, Megamind kills Metro Man, and so Megamind takes over the city. And so, dream come true, he's so happy, but then he gets bored and he gets depressed because he has no one to battle. There's nothing to do. So he ends up creating a new hero, and so he wants to end up training him and then fighting him and trying to get things back to normal. And yeah, it definitely does not go as planned. So incredible message, really good messages in here. I just feel it's so ingenious, this plot. Yeah, so this was awesome. I really enjoyed it. There were some deleted scenes and some dialogue in here that I really liked that really made sense. A couple times they did have moments where they would just kind of tell you what was said and they wouldn't put it in actual dialogue. Yeah, I just prefer when it's actual dialogue, but it was just a couple of times. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Great palette cleanser. Fantastic movie. I was laughing and it was well written, so 4 stars. All right, and then I just bought this cute little Snoopy book. It's just cute little comics focused on Snoopy and his fun-loving attitude and seeing his positivity and his resilience in writing and continuing to write even when he gets rejected. Seeing his love of food, supper time, and just seeing how adorable and intelligent he is, and he's very feisty. So yeah, it was just really fun time. They just had an anniversary for Peanuts. It was 75th year anniversary or something like that. So they had a whole Peanuts section at Barnes & Noble. So I picked this up and then actually picked up a game, a Peanuts game, party game of Good Grief. So super cute. So it says 1 player draws and presents a problem card to the rest of the group. Every other player offers a response to the problem using advice cards from their hand. The person who offered the best response wins the card. So I played a game like this, but it was just normal. It wasn't Peanuts. So I thought I would pick that up. And then last book that I read, I also just got this. This is Book Nerd, and it just shows all the bookish problems and bookish things that we have, and really cute illustrations. So just super cute. Really nice little coffee table kind of book. Just really nice to have displayed on the shelves. It is so pretty. And the coolest thing is a lot of the books on here, a lot of the spines are how the cover actually looks in real life. I can't find it now, but yeah, some of the spines, some of the book covers actually look like the actual cover in real life. So yeah, and then it comes with some bookmarks. Yeah, you can just tear these out, and then they're double-sided. So we got that right there. So super cute. They're very colorful and happy and bookish. So I love it. Super fun. Alright, I forgot to do an outro, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye-bye.